good evening, and welcome to Tea Time.
Hey everybody, welcome to Tea Time. I'm so glad you're joining me tonight. I have an in-studio guest. I'm going to talk about my weekend really quick and then get to my guest. What I do this weekend? Well, Friday, I was going to come here to Beautiful Paradise Studios for the open mic, but my daughter surprised me. She came over and she's like, Ma, I need pictures of me as a kid for the wedding video. They're getting everything, ready for the weddings, which is exciting. And she stayed till midnight, which I was surprised about. So by the time she left, I was exhausted and I went to sleep. Saturday, we had a little mini reunion at Platt Deutsch in Franklin Square. I think I sent one pic and I don't know if I put it in order, but anyway, it's there. So shout out to my Cardozo, Benjamin N. Cardozo alumni from Bayside, Queens. Don't worry about it. It's one of the group pictures. Don't worry about putting it up. We'll put it up later. And Sunday was laundry day because we all need clean underwear. And then I came here for limo talk with the boys, and we had Graz and Rich and Pat Walsh, and Graz brought in his 11-year-old son. So it was an extremely interesting show for the first time. Hey, listen, Murdered by the Mob. Let's put that up because I'm doing Murdered by the Mob on June 16th, Friday, June 16th. There's the flyer. Bourbon Street, Bayside, my hometown. I'm not too sure who I'm going to play. Am I going to play Donna Rosella? Me in the gray wig, the next pick. Am I going to play Donna Rosella? Or am I going to play Boom Boom, Officer Boom Boom Spumoni? I don't know. You're going to have to come and find out. Thank you very much for that. But June 16th, Friday, Bourbon Street. You could go to bourbonstreet.com. You could go murderedbythemob.com. Listen, I'm excited because I have my new friend here. Christopher Mormando is here. He is an actor, he's a writer, he's a director, he's a producer. And I am so blessed to have met him on the set of Gravesend. And we worked together after that too. And I want everyone to get to know you, Chris. How are you?
This is how we're rolling tonight.
Yes,
Tea time with Theresa. I mean, we're getting better than that. Come on, it's the best.
I'm so
right
excited.
Now.
You took the schlep from Jersey.
I drove out here.
It's a pain in the behind to get here, but going home is going to be a breeze.
Going home, but I came out here nice and early today.
You did.
I saw friends of mine on the island,
it's
so
nice.
I made it a nice day.
It's nice that you did that, but you didn't grow up in Jersey. You're a Bensonhurst boy.
I'm a Bensonhurst boy. Yes, I am.
From Brooklyn.
From Brooklyn. That's right. Pinky rings running hot. See, we got to stay old school. It's the way we roll in this house.
And, back in the day, growing up, it was a pretty tough neighborhood.
Oh, yes, it was. Yes,
a lot of old school back then, strict parents. You did what you were told to do.
That's right.
You try to stay out of trouble the best you can.
Tried.
But I know you weren't, really into school.
No. School was not for me.
But I also know that you always wanted to act.
Always. Yes. Always.
But like me, my parents really didn't encourage it.
Yeah, it wasn't something in the household. It was always too far of a reach. It ain't gonna happen.
Right.
Get yourself situated.
Right.
And so I got myself situated. Got myself in trouble. Went to jail. It's all
right.
good
No, well, you're an open book, and I
yeah.
appreciate that. But you are married to a beautiful
Absolutely.
woman. Give your wife a shout out,
Oh,
please.
my wife, Nicole. Nikki Chicky, 74.
Nice.
The best wife any man could ask for.
And you have 2 beautiful girls.
2 beautiful girls. My daughter Nicole Marie and my daughter Taylor Ann. Yes.
Nice.
Oh,
nice.
and they took all my hair, but in a good way. They took it in a good way,
They took all your hair.
Maybe if I had boys, I would have had some hair left.
But we were saying how you weren't really into school, but you were street smart. You really grew up on the streets.
Absolutely. It's important.
I told you, my father always said, the smarter you become, the less common sense you have. So
and my father would say, you know what, when the really smart educated would speak, he'd say, you know what, you sound so stupid. That was our way. You sound so stupid. Yeah, get out of here. Take a walk.
So, you all grew up in the same house.
Yeah.
And that's what we did back in the day. Back in the day when I was in Corona, we all grew up in the same apartment.
Yeah.
You had your grandparents and your parents and
That's
your
right.
cousins.
Everybody shared
everybody
one
was
big
there,
house.
right? And either you were in the same house or the same block.
Yeah.
Or
all
the
on the same
town.
block.
Now you're lucky if you live in the same state.
Yeah, right. And even when you do, nobody sees each other like they're supposed to.
I know.
Life gets in the way, they say, but
I know.
But it was different back then as well. Because if you really think about it, everybody lived in the same house. So you come home from work or whatever anybody did. If you come back and you're having dinner at 6 o'clock, when it was 6:45, 7 o'clock, you came out on the stoop. Yes. Everybody in the neighborhood was out.
Outside.
So it was easier.
Yes.
When you break it down. If you come home from work, and I have friends of mine that break concrete up. They come home from work 4 or 5 o'clock. They shower, they eat dinner. You think they want to get in a car and go to Jersey?
No. I get it.
So
I totally get it.
You give it. Everybody lived in the same block.
But you went straight from Brooklyn to Jersey. You didn't do the pit stop in Staten, Italy?
Yeah, for a very small time. I went to Staten, Italy for a very short time.
Okay, because usually that's the order.
Yes.
Brooklyn,
I went to
Staten, Italy, Jersey.
For about 4, maybe 5 years.
Okay.
And then I made another pit stop in other spaces. And,
right. Well, you mentioned jail before.
Yes.
You're an open book. You've talked about it before.
Yeah.
You went away for 5 years.
Yep.
You did something. You do
gotta pay for it.
You say you do the crime, you pay the time. You
Beretta, right? Beretta. Don't go to
right?
bed with no price on your head and don't do the crime if you can't do the time.
That's what you said.
The way you roll.
Now, before you
excuse.
before you went away, you were into telecommunications.
Yes.
Right.
Anything with sales, I was always
very, very good at.
I'll still consider myself one of the best.
Well, you have a wonderful personality.
Thank you, and I love to hear that. And it's in sales, you have to know what you're selling. I just might have been doing the wrong things back in the day to get me caught up. But, like anything else, I teach my daughter, sometimes you can't get out of it. Everything has a consequence. You gotta remember what you do, choose your, make your choices right.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you can't get out of everything.
But do you think that eventually it was going to catch up with you eventually? Or did you just think, this is going okay for a while and I'm going to keep doing it? Or?
It's not as what it seems. You don't know.
It's a crapshoot.
You don't know. It's like anything else. You pick and choose a path.
Right.
And when you pick and choose that path, sometimes you go over a certain level, grade line, and it could catch up with you. But you learn.
You did your time.
Sure.
You did your 5 years. You come out. How hard was it to get back into the job force?
Now that was what it was. You didn't. So it's not to feel bad. It's not to I feel terrible for him. I couldn't get a job.
Really?
Not the jobs that I wanted.
Well, then how are you supposed to survive?
Well, you know what?
Become a law-abiding citizen.
Go dig a ditch. Go break up concrete.
Gas.
That's right. So there are options.
Got it.
So that's why I never ever say feel bad for me.
Right.
I wanted to get back into the sales game.
Right.
But it wasn't allowed.
Okay.
And then when you're going for job after job and they Google your name.
Right.
Then it's we found somebody more qualified. Okay.
Right.
My wife who's watching.
That's the story you want to go with.
She will know this one. I was given a job. I was going to run the whole sales division of a certain company.
Yeah.
And the guy goes, "Oh my God, I friggin' love you. Oh, you're golden. When Bob from Denver comes in, he's gonna love you like I love you.
Right,
you got it.
Right.
It's a Friday.
Right.
I go home. My wife and I, we open up a bottle of wine. We're eating Friday night dinner.
Yeah.
And she goes, "So what do you think?" And I go, "Well,
they liked me."
I says, "They love me.
Yeah.
They are, they want me."
Right.
I go, "Did they Google my name? I don't know.
Not yet."
Well, P.S. phone call comes in, and I look and I go, "What's up, buddy?" And I don't say names. And he goes, "Chris, I got to be honest with you. I go, let me guess. You found somebody more qualified. He goes, no. I'm going to be straight with you because somebody who gave me the interview with you told me you respect the truth.
Yes.
More than anything.
Yes.
He goes, I Googled your name and it just scares me and you were away and blah, blah, blah. And I go, you know what? I appreciate the honesty.
Yeah.
But guess what? It's a mistake. You're making a mistake.
Right.
But I appreciate the honesty. I hang up the phone.
Yeah.
I look at my wife. I go, okay. And this is when I said, I look up, I go, so what is it?
Yeah, what's the plan?
I go, so you don't want me going into these kind of businesses. You don't want me to work that way.
No.
You want me to do what I wanted to do my whole life.
There you go.
So I go, so I'm going to start right now.
Yeah.
And God as my witness.
Yeah.
I go,
I got chills.
I got chills. You don't understand. I get emotional on this one. This is how it started.
Oh.
I go, I'm going to do what I wanted to do. I'm going to write my script today.
Yeah.
Starting today.
Yes.
I told my wife.
This was how many years ago did you start writing?
12 years ago.
12 years ago, you started to write a script that you
over
always
12
wanted
years
to write.
ago. Correct.
Okay.
So I tell my wife, I go, let's finish dinner.
Yes.
I go, few things. Don't ask me when am I coming to bed. Don't ask me if I'm going to eat dinner. I'll eat on my own.
Right,
Don't ask me when I'm going to.
You're going to get into a zone.
I am going to do this. I'm not leaving here. And I wrote it, didn't type it in a computer. I handwritten.
Wow.
My first script was all handwritten.
Wow.
So she goes, okay. She would get up. I would start to grow a little more beard hair, little hair. Oh, I was an animal. I didn't leave for 5 days. I never left the kitchen table.
Wow.
5 days straight.
Oh, you had to go to the bacalza.
Yeah. Well. I didn't shower though for 5 days. I'm going to let everybody know the truth. I didn't shower. I didn't go near my wife either because I didn't want to, make a disgracia.
Listen, you were on a roll.
I was on a roll.
You couldn't stop. You were possessed.
130 pages later. Wow. 5 days straight. And I do it. And I go, uneducated, never wrote a script. I didn't read a book for how to write scripts. I still know how to write scripts, but I'm writing them and I'm producing them.
Right.
But I didn't know what I was doing. All I did was I was storytelling, and I kept watching the movie. I was watching the film, and I go, okay, so you know what? Now Theresa enters, and we'll do this. And I said, we ate it, but I got to go back, and that's what I did. And then I never acted at the time. See, it's true.
Right.
Never acted. And that's when I said, okay, now I got to get into this acting business. And this is one.
How does that?
This is for the books.
This is, all right, so wait a second.
This is one you're going to love to hear this one.
Wait. Before you talk about that.
Okay.
Before you talk about that,
Let's go.
There was something that you did before that one. Hold on. In 2008, you did One Too Many.
Okay, so that's when the itch. That's when the itch. That started it.
But that wasn't the big thing yet. The big thing happened after that in 2013.
You're very
so
good.
It did not. Thank you. I
tried.
Very
good. Very good.
But it did it because you had to wait. It's all about timing.
Yes,
right?
and paying your dues, and knowing that you just don't come into this kind of business and say, "Oh, I wrote a script so I could be a lead," or "I just wrote the script so I could direct this thing."
Right.
No, that's not how it works.
Right.
Not even close. But when I did One Too Many, we did it with stuttering John Melendez, who was part of Howard Stern, and of course was Jay Leno.
Yes.
Mark Fiore, who was a friend of mine, who was one of the producers, and he says, "You know what, Chrissy, come on down. I give you a few lines," and I'm like, "All right, I do it."
Yeah.
Now, fast forward, we go to the red carpet, and this is the greatest.
Okay.
We're on the red carpet, and
story.
I'm getting interviewed, and all of a sudden, a tap of the shoulder comes, and I turn around and a girl's there and she goes, "Hi, Chris, I'm Kim." So I said, "Hey, Kim, nice to meet you."
Right.
She goes, "This is my mother, Chris." I go, "Chris, I love that name." She goes, and all of a sudden, another girl goes, "Well, since these biatches don't want to introduce me, I'm Chloe." So I go, "Then Chloe, you stay with me." Mind you.
Chloe, Kim,
and Chris. So we know who we're talking about now, right?
Does everyone get it?
I didn't know who they were. So this is the weirdest thing because my wife is laughing right now. I know it. She goes, "Okay, do you know who you're talking to right now?" So I go, "Well, it's a Kim, a Chris, and a Chloe."
Right.
This is like straight out of the movies.
Right.
Like you'd say, "Come on, he doesn't know it." No, I didn't know it.
Right.
So she goes, "They're the Kardashians."
Right.
And I go, "Who's the Kardashians?" All right, it's a movie. And babe, I know you're listening. I know you're watching.
God, that's so
you're
funny.
laughing right now.
Oh.
Because she goes, the Kardashians. I go, babe, I don't know who these girls are. What is the Kardashians?
Their father,
She goes, I go, oh, he was the lawyer on the OJ case.
Right,
all right. Still don't know.
Wow.
So, but our dog today, and that's a reflection of Chloe.
That's so funny.
We love Chloe so much. Chloe was my favorite.
Oh my God.
And I go, so my wife goes, we get our dog. She goes, I got to name her Chloe. You, the way you brought her into the whole, pull her in.
So funny.
And it was actually so funny because I didn't know until after.
Right.
And then I'm doing it. I go, oh man, these girls are no joke.
Yeah. Hello.
No joke.
Yeah. They like have their own empire.
But that's to show you the Brooklyn boy in me.
Yeah.
That didn't do the research. And again, not that I'm trying to downplay it.
Right.
It still wouldn't matter.
Right.
It's just about who they are and, enjoying.
Yeah.
You know, who you are. Be real.
That is so funny.
But now if I see them, I'll be like,
hey, girls.
Remember me from
back in the day?
They're like, yeah, right. Get out of here.
That's so funny. That's great. Hey, so listen, what we're going to do is we're going to take my first break. We're going to go to commercial and we're going to be back more with Chris. And when we come back, we're going to talk about his major break that happened in 2013, which really launched his career. So we'll be back after this. Don't go away.
Wonder Woman was everything to little girls, especially that look like me. She stands for being a voice for people that need a voice. My organization renovates homes for people with disabilities. And when I come home, a self-care routine makes me feel my best. I'm very proud of the difference that we're making, and to see that impact in my community inspires me to work even harder for everyone around me.
Hello, we're back.
We're back.
What happened to John York? I was waiting for John York. All right, welcome back to Tea Time, everybody. You see what we do during the break? Come on our phone, because I got to give some shout outs to everyone who's watching. Hey, Michael Norton is watching from sunny, hot Florida. Joe DeBarry and his beautiful wife, Lori. Steve Caro. Hello, Steve.
Love Steve, yeah.
And Carmine and Phil and Greg. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Please share the show. Please like it. We are live on YouTube and Facebook every Monday night at 8 o'clock. Then the show goes to Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Twitch TV, everywhere podcasts can be heard and seen every Saturday at 11 a.m. on Channel 20 for people who live on Long Island who get Optimum. We're going to be on TV Saturday morning.
We're on TV Saturday morning.
We love it.
Love it.
So listen, I'm with Chris Mormando.
More of a man.
And he is an actor. He's a writer, director, producer. We met on the set of Graves End, which we're going to talk more about later. But right now we're talking about his career, how he got started. Grew up in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn, and had a tough, rough life. Made a boo-boo, went away, came back, picked up the pieces. God said, no, you're not going to do what you were doing before. Right. You're going to act. And he sat down for how many days? Five straight days.
Grew some hair while I had it too.
And wrote this script that has been his baby ever since, which we're going to talk about more. But in 2013, you got a nice size break. A woman named Eve Battaglia. Battaglia saw you.
Battaglia, yes.
Because you did this kind of like, you wrote something and you acted in it and she saw you in it. Tell me about this New York Festival thing.
The New York Film Festival, and he is my director of photography. His name is Till Newman. So Till is also taught, or teaches, I should say, at the film festival, at the New York Film Academy. Film Academy.
Yeah.
And he had met with me and he had said, I met you through, I'm going to give you a backlog. So it's funny. Before I met him, I reached out to my dearest friend. I can't say names on TV, you know.
No.
So I said, you got to do something for me. You got to you got to get me in this Hollywood circuit. Just get me in.
Right. Get
and
my
I'll
foot
take
in the
it
door.
from there.
Correct.
So he goes, give me 2 weeks. Gives me 2 weeks. Long story short, I go meet the guy. The guy says, why don't we do this? I'll film you in the New York Film Academy. I'll build the scene.
Right.
You write something for 2.5, 3 minutes.
Right.
Get a couple of actors to do the parts with you.
Yes.
And I'll film you. I want to film you. So I'm like, done. A week later, go down. I get 2 guys to do it with me. We do it. Okay, now he films it, he edits it, and the guy Till Newman is on the money. He's my director of photography for the film that we're going to talk about what I did.
Okay.
So he was the first one I met with him, and also an actor named Mike Mazzio. If you know Io sono Marco Polo, playing Marco Polo with Marco Polo. Call that commercial. Mike is great, and
it's
Mike.
A great commercial.
Oh, it's one of my favorites. And every time I see Mike, I always say Io sono Marco Polo. Io sono Marco Polo. So Mike, he was in the scene with me and another friend of mine. So we go through the whole thing.
Yeah.
And Eve Battaglia, because of Till Newman and another guy named Terry Leonard, who was part of the show,
right?
Lilyhammer,
right?
With Steve Van Zandt.
Just don't curse on the show. There's no cursing.
No cursing.
Okay.
Did I curse?
No.
Oh.
But I know what she said. I know what she said, so I'm prepared.
So she goes, she sees me, and she goes, I wanted hair my whole life. She goes, who's the effing bald-headed guy? And she goes, I want him.
Listen, bald is beautiful, and it's so in right now, okay?
Thank you, Vin Diesel and The Rock. Thank you. Thank you.
It's true.
What does The Rock got on this? Nothing. All right, he's got a lot more money, and he's way bigger. All right, we've got a lot more. But she found me there.
Yeah.
She reaches out. She sends me an email, and I thought at first it was a joke because my friends used to joke around. They used to call me, and they'd go, hello, and they go, hey, Chris, Marty Scorsese here. And I used to go.
Right. So you're like, is this really kosher?
Right, and it really was.
Right.
And I send in the audition.
Yes.
She texts me back or emails me back on that Monday. She's on a Saturday. You got to do it today because Monday we're already casted.
Wow.
We want you though, but I want to see that you could do it.
Right.
Send it in. Boom. Get this. She goes, you're booked.
Yeah.
Now I go meet Steve.
You're booked. Aren't those the best 2 words?
I didn't even know what that meant.
Aren't those the best 2 words so you can ever hear? You're booked.
Now I go to the set, and I never met Steve Van Zandt at the time.
Yes, I was that again. It's called Lilyhammer.
It's the first original Netflix. The first one.
Yes, and that was with Steven Van Zandt.
Yes,
correct.
So he comes in, and I go, Steve, I want to just say thank you so much. And he goes, no, you nailed your audition, and you're gonna go break a leg. And he goes, I'm looking at you. You might have broke a leg or 2 in your day. And I go, hey, I don't know what you're talking about. He goes, either way, but I'm bald just like you, so I'm going to go put my hair on. Because he had the fake hair.
Yeah.
And from there, I was in Norway.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Right? You
filmed in New York, and then they flew you to Norway.
Yes, we did a red carpet out there, and then we did a red carpet in New York City. And it was just
how crazy is that?
And the greatest. We're on the carpet, and we're and in Norway, and they're going, Steve, who is he? Who is he? And he goes, listen, you don't know who he is yet, but you will one day.
Wow.
He's in season 2. He's in episodes 7 and 8. He has talking parts.
Yeah.
And he goes, but let me say it to you straight. And I'm right to the left of him. He goes, if there was another Sopranos, he goes, I'd still be Silvio, but he would be your Tony. And I go, come on, what are you doing that for? He goes,
a compliment.
He goes, you don't know what you got, kid. So then they started taking the pictures, and I go, Steve, move over a little bit. He goes, oh, I created a monster. Like, yeah, you got to keep it moving. I got to take my pictures down. I'm like this, on the doing the carpet dance like this.
Great.
The look, the eye. Yeah.
Oh my God! Strike a pose.
Strike a pose. The neck.
That's awesome.
The whole.
And that's what started it off for you.
That's what started it off, and then
2015, you did Addiction, a '60s love story.
Yes.
And what's really cool is that was based on true events.
Yes, Max Bornstein. I worked with him. He was amazing. Michael Badalucco.
Great.
Ian Harding.
Cast.
Ian Harding was a main player in the show on ABC called Pretty Little Liars.
Yes.
So funny story, he's a younger kid.
Yeah.
So he meets me and he goes, Chris, have you been doing this long? I go, no, I actually just started. I go, how about you? You just started? He goes, well, I'm in 96 episodes in Pretty Little Liars. But other than that, I guess I'm starting. I go, I didn't do my homework.
Right.
So I go, Pretty Little Liars.
Yeah.
I go, my daughter Taylor loves that show.
Yeah, so do my daughter.
Who are you? He goes, I'm Ezra. So I go, me, the old story. I go, stay right here.
That is so funny.
I go, Taylor, talk to Ezra. She goes, Daddy, I want to marry him. I go, slow down.
Oh my God.
And she got on the phone with him, and he was a dynamite. I have to call him a kid because he was younger than me. So one day I'm reading the papers. He walks in and he goes, "Hey, Chris, can I tell you something?" So I was like, "Yeah, what's up?" He goes, "When you wear those sweatsuits and you're on the set," he goes, "you remind me of like one of those guys." So I'm like this. I go, "What guys?" He goes, "Those guys that are in the movies." And I go, "Buddy," I said, "that don't exist." And I go, "Come here." And I grab him. I go, "Who do you think you're talking to?" He goes, "I'm only kidding. Get out of it." He goes, "I got to go back to my dressing room. I just went to the bathroom."
Oh my God.
And we would mess with him. And then whenever he walked by, I go, "Don't say that word. Remember that."
So that is hysterical.
So we had a lot of fun on that.
Oh my God. 2018, you did American Fight Fest.
Yes.
And then something called, is it called Dietland? Dietland?
Yeah, Dietland was a show.
Yeah.
That was one that if you get a chance to watch it, I get hot dogs spit in my face by the woman. It was a comedy.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm an actual stunt guy in there.
Right.
But I have talking parts and all that. But I'm a stunt because I get hit and I do hit. So
speaking about stunts, let's talk about stunts for a second because you do stunts.
Yes.
You have done stunts. You've actually studied under John C. Tiempo.
Oh, Johnny C.
Johnny C., better known as, and you did Madam Secretary, Blacklist, The Tick.
Yep.
This is the Night. It goes on and on and on. Even
a lot
Mrs. Maisel.
Oh, marvelous.
Oh, that was a great scene. You played a goon and you just kept punching the crap out of him. And he's going around the chair and the chair keeps going around.
John Tiempo, known as Johnny C.
Great.
is been in everything.
Yes.
All right. So you see the movie, he's in it.
Right.
John is as well known as you get, and he's been doing this forever. And John is, I said it on WABC and I'll say it here. He is the only one that I will, if I was in a dark alley, I'd run.
Really?
Oh, no, he is no joke.
Okay.
And I've always said it.
Right.
He's as great as he is. He could also be as scary as he is.
Sure.
He's no joke.
Yeah.
So when we were doing The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, I'm smacking the guy in the chair.
Yes.
And
it's a chair that spins around.
Remote control.
Every time he smacks him, he's spinning around for the next whack.
Right. But the guy in the chair is also a stunt guy, which means if I smack him, he's got to take it.
Right.
I've been cracked in the head and thrown through things, and I've had, painful experiences.
Sure.
So when it was done and they go cut, he comes in, John, and goes, "That was great." And I go, "Did you just say great? You never give compliments."
Wow.
And the director goes like this. He's an Italian director. And he goes, "Hey, Chris, I got to tell you something straight. After watching you on the scene," he goes, "I'm Italian, you're Italian, but I'm not like you as an Italian." He goes, "You scare me on this one."
You were in the zone. I mean, you were doing your job.
The guy that was in the seat, I think his name was Robert or Richard. And I kept zoning in on him.
Yeah.
And he goes, "So, Chris," I go, "Who are you talking to? Who are you calling Chris?"
Right.
I go, "How do you know my name? You don't know my name."
Right.
And he goes, "All right, Chris." I go like this. I go, "My man, shut your mouth."
Right.
I was getting it. All of a sudden he goes, "All right, I'm getting a little nervous." And I go, "Come on, bro, you're killing my head here."
Yeah, because you were in the character.
And Lenny Veneto was my boss in it.
Right.
And Lenny was the first time I ever met him and worked with him.
Yeah.
And Lenny was amazing. And Lenny goes, "Gotta be honest with you, you look like you're really cracking the what out of him."
It does, but it does. It's perfect.
It was perfect.
It's great.
It was really
because again, it's something that has to be choreographed. A lot of people don't know that everything has to be choreographed. It has to look so real. Yes. Really.
If you miss, you could hurt the pair.
Absolutely.
Because those swings are really real,
Oh, yeah.
And it's not like.
Yeah, you weren't holding back.
No, not at all.
No.
Not at all.
But that's exciting because, when you do stunts, and I know Joe DeBarry got bumped up to a stunt, and that brings up your scale.
Oh, without a doubt.
And your pay also.
Yes.
It's like, you do stunts? You want to take a fall? Sure. Yeah, I'll take a fall.
And that's part of it. There's falls there. Like the cartoons used to put them in the cannon and shoot them out. Right. Well, that happens.
Right.
The Tick, that's what they do.
Yeah.
All right. They shoot you right through a wall.
Yeah.
And you have all airbags behind it.
Right.
So you're getting thrown around.
You are like a rag doll sometimes.
Yes, absolutely.
Totally get it. So 2019, you did The Goon. That was Mrs.
Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. That was great.
Mrs. Maisel.
Yeah.
2020, you did FBI, Most Wanted.
Yes.
Played SWAT.
SWAT. Busted in that door.
Nice.
It was about 4 degrees. I was freezing. We were up in the mountains.
Yeah.
Couldn't feel your fingers, but the adrenaline, as soon as they're ready to go.
Yeah.
And Johnny C.
Action.
Johnny C goes, "You're the lead of this entire thing.
Wow.
If you slip and fall, I'll throw you off the mountain, you know, joking.
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
go, oh, great. Now I need this guy to be on me. And it was snowing. So I had to run with the battery ram and, you know, breaking on the door. So you're running and I'm trying not to slip. Because I know I'm not worried about the production.
Right.
That was NBC. I was worried about him.
Sure.
He would give me the look. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was great.
All right, so listen, we're gonna take my second break.
Okay.
When we come back, we are gonna talk about a wonderful show that you were part of, that you became very, very good friends with the lead.
Oh yeah. And I can't wait for that one.
Well, I'm not telling you what it is. You gotta stay there.
Stick by, you gotta wait.
Come back. I'm gonna tell you what it is. We'll be back after this.
I love it.
Well, hi there, Theresa. It's John York from General Hospital. I am just checking in because apparently you have a great talk show called Tea Time on Strong Island TV. I want you to have continued great success and have a lot of fun. It sounds like you're having a lot of fun, and that's pretty much the key to everything, isn't it? So continued success. I'm proud of you. Have a great day, Theresa. Bye.
How you doing? It's Sal the Voice Valentinetti. Why are you watching me? You should be watching Theresa Canastraci Tea Time with Theresa Canastraci Farrell. And make sure you follow Theresa on Facebook, Tea Time with Theresa Canastraci Farrell. We'll see you there.
I love the way you say my name. I love. Okay, Murdered by the Mob. Thank you, John York and Sal the Voice Valentinetti. I'm hoping to have Sal back in that seat. Murdered by the Mob. That's it. I am going to be doing Murdered by the Mob Friday, June 16th at Bourbon Street in Bayside, my hometown. If you want to go to an Italian wedding, 4-course meal, someone gets whacked, you got to figure it out. It's so much fun. It's very interactive. You sing, you dance. It's the place to be. I hope everyone comes to see me on the 16th. You can go to bourbonstreet.com. You could give them a call, or you could go to murderedbythemob.com. So hope to see you there on the 16th. But I am with my friend Chris Mormando. He's an actor, director, writer, producer. And now we're going to tell you about this show that he was on. You did a few episodes on this show.
Yeah, a bunch of them.
You did a few.
Yeah.
Like 13 or something.
I think it was more 16, but
was it?
Counting,
all right. 2020 to 2021, which was one of my favorite shows, because it's, again, based on a true story. And I love a true story.
Yeah.
For life.
ABC, baby.
And that is with you and Nicholas Pinnock. Pinnock. There's a pic of just the two of you.
Love it.
Just the two of them.
Yeah.
There you are. Leave that up. Thank you so
Look
much.
At that.
So you play the bus driver.
Yes, I am
and
the
then
CEO bus driver.
eventually they put you into the booth.
Nicholas.
Okay. How much fun was that? And I know that you did not know he was from England or had an accent.
Oh, so this is the best. All right, so let's move this into where you could understand this. My wife and I, we should do a show. And I'll tell you
like
what the
who's
show
on first?
Because that's
I don't
what it
know.
was.
Third base.
So we do the whole pilot. So I'm on 7 days. 7 days. The second day we're on, I'm talking with Nicholas, and Nicholas, you'll know me.
He stayed in character the entire time.
But I don't go out of my way to try and bother anybody. I know they're the leads, but I'm in the same area where we eat.
This is the bus story when everyone stayed on the bus.
Yes.
I love this story.
With 50 Cent.
Yeah.
That's correct. So Nicholas, we started talking, and long story short, he goes, I really admire the way you speak. So we talked, we filmed in the Sing Sing prison. Sing Sing prison got closed down because of a disturbance. So it was like some kind of a riot that went on, but not an override of the prison.
Right.
So we were stuck for about 3-4 hours. He goes, do you mind if I sit with you? I go, Nicholas, you could sit here anytime.
Right. On the bus.
No. This was in the cafeteria.
Oh, that was another time.
We were eating. And then we sit down.
Yeah.
He starts talking. And
again, with an English, with an American Bronx accent.
So now we're talking and we're talking and we're talking and we're just going through it.
So cool.
He says, we're done with the pilot. He says, let's be in touch. Now, my wife will tell you, I have never.
Let's stay in touch.
Ever stay in touch, whatever. Now goes back where the month of April goes.
Yeah.
May, my daughter Nikki graduates college.
Right.
I get a text and he says, Chris, it's Nicholas.
Right.
What is your daughter's name? Okay. And I say, Nicholas, how are you? Oh my God. My daughter's name is Nicole Marie. He goes, congrats with your daughter's graduation.
Oh.
So I go, oh my God. Now he sends a video. Now I'm gonna now watch. Now that's to show you where our friendship and our brotherhood started.
Right.
Now backtrack.
Yeah.
I go on before he texts. I watch him on an interview with 50 Cent, and I see him like this, collars up,
right?
And he's like, well, when Curtis had originally, prospered into me, I go, babe, you watch this. I go, what the hell is he talking like this for? She goes,
with an English accent.
English accent. And I'm not I don't do English accent, but this is how he's talking.
Right.
Cheerio. And I go, why is he talking like this? She goes, you do know he's from England.
Right.
I go, he's from the Bronx.
Really?
She goes, he's from England.
Right.
I go, babe, do me a favor. And cockiness, right?
Right. Because you really saw that, because he never dropped the accent on the show.
Don't you think I would know?
Yeah.
I'm with the guy every day. This is my passion.
Right.
She goes, you have no clue what you're talking about. Keep your mouth shut now and let it die. So I go, all right, whatever. All of a sudden she hits a thing up and I see.
Good old Google.
She was right. And then he sends me the video a month later and he's like, in his accent, real accent.
Right.
And then we go back and now comes to America, comes to New York. Right. So he comes to the San Gennaro Feast.
Oh my gosh.
San Gennaro Feast on Mulberry Street. He comes with his cousin and he's eating dinner with all my friends.
Right.
And we're talking about San Gennaro, we're talking about Rayo's, and we're talking about it all.
Right.
Now, fast forward, we're on the bus, me, 50 Cent, and him.
Right.
And they go, Chris, we're going to change cameras. You want us to stay back to your trail? I go, nah, I'll stay on the bus. Don't worry about it.
Right.
Nicholas goes, you know what? I'm going to stay with Chris.
Right.
And 50 goes, what the heck? I'll stay with them.
Right.
They shut the doors. Now the three of us are just sitting there talking. And that's when I say, I don't kiss nobody's you know what.
Yeah.
It ain't me. That's right. But he turns around and goes like this. He goes, he's looking at me, Curtis, and he goes, Chris, I know I got you playing a cop, but I ain't got you for a cop.
Right.
Nicholas goes, let's just say he sat behind this side of the bus for a long time. And I go, hey, we all make mistakes. He goes, I ain't judging. I was there too, So it started from there.
Yeah.
And no, we are not buddies like that. Me and 50, I'm saying, we're not friends.
Not you and 50, but you and Nicholas
became my brother.
That's sweet.
Became my brother.
Nice.
Is my daughters, he calls them his nieces.
Oh.
It doesn't matter how much time does go by. It doesn't matter.
Right.
It's real.
That's nice.
And it just showed me another side of, he taught me about energy. I didn't know what energy was.
Yeah.
He told me what a ball of energy I have.
Right.
But I didn't know what it meant.
Right.
I learned energy from there.
Yeah.
And universe and how things work. And I started realizing, he's like, you didn't read no books. I go, Nicholas, I don't read.
Yeah.
You were talking to me about a book before. What was the first thing I said to you?
I don't read.
I don't read.
Yeah.
If I'm reading a script. And
right. And even that.
I'm not a reader. I'll be okay, so John walked to the deli and your Troy Aikman faded back. He threw a pass. I'm all over the place.
Right.
So, but we became very close. And it taught me more than, and every once in a while when he reaches out, he'll send me a voice message. He goes, hello, mate. I love you, my brother.
Aww.
And, when I come in, I'm going to find you when I get in there. And he is great. And I say it like it is. So
it's sweet.
So
sweet.
ABC for life. And then here's the greatest part. When the character comes home, there's not much more I could do on the bus, right? But I'm the only guy that moved that bus.
Right.
He got me off the bus and gave me a part and gave me a name.
Nice.
So you see how when you go out of your way for somebody, what difference it makes. You can't always do for everyone.
And it's so easy to be nice.
That's right.
Right.
Well, I don't know how easy it is.
It's
it was
easy to
easy
be
for us to
nice.
say it.
Well,
but
because we're nice people,
exactly.
but
He went out of his
positivity
way. I
is
agree.
so much better than negativity.
I agree.
Hello, it's a no-brainer.
And he got me, said, I'm going to get you a name on the show. I'm going to get you out in the booth. And when I said it, I said to my wife, she knows, I'm like, you know the way I am.
Yeah.
It's just how beautiful is that? So I remember that, and that's a reason why I do
it's a beautiful
what
moment.
I do.
It's a beautiful moment.
When people say I really want to do it, I test them.
Yes.
I say, you really want to be an actor? Good. Here's 3 sheets, here's 3 pieces of paper. You learn the part of that. I already do the other part. We'll face chat in 3 days, and we'll do the scene. I want to see how good you are.
Right.
I don't hear from them for,
Yeah.
And you go, it's not for you.
You don't.
The ones that do.
Yeah.
And I'll give you a shot.
Yeah.
Well,
listen, let's talk about Gravesend.
Wait.
Okay, wait, put on the hat. He's got
First of all, we're going to talk about Gravesend. You see the shirt I'm wearing.
We got to talk about Gravesend before we talk about your baby.
Great. We got to talk about Gravesend.
All right, so we're going to talk about Gravesend. Gravesend is where
I got to go put that.
Chris and I met.
I got to put the hat on. Pinky rings are running wild. You see the shirt. This is a shirt, believe it or not, from not Brooklyn, from Philadelphia.
Is it really?
I saw it in the window.
That is awesome.
I was meeting a friend of mine.
Right up.
And I told her, Alicia DiMichele, she was on the Mob Boys.
Yeah.
When I was meeting her for lunch one day, and I saw this in the window, and I bought like 5 of these.
Well, I have to say,
colors.
we met on the set of Gravesend.
Yes.
You were at the you were at the club.
Yes.
Okay,
Gossip.
so we met.
Yes.
We filmed at a strip place.
We filmed at a strip club.
Island.
Yes, we
did. Okay, so but we did not meet. You were there, but we actually met the next day in New Jersey.
That's right.
When we filmed with Fran Drescher.
Oh yeah,
was
Fran's
on
great.
set. You were great. I mean, you're just freaking amazing.
Thank you.
You played Gaetano.
Yes.
Which is Willie. Listen, William DeMeo.
Yes.
Gravesend is his baby.
Oh yeah.
This is season 2. You were not in season 1 because you were already committed to something.
ABC for life.
And Willie said to you, listen, I want you for season 2.
That's how it happened. Picked up the phone and said, please commit to me for this.
Right.
And I said, give me dates.
Yes.
And you got my word. That's how I work. Word.
Right.
Give me the dates and you got my word.
Right.
He said, I'm writing the character.
Right.
I'm giving basically a story of you from what I know of you.
Right.
You're coming home from prison.
Right.
You're my right-hand man from when we were kids.
Right.
Because we build the backstory of how we were kids.
Right.
How close we were.
Yes.
So in the show, I mean, I am so excited.
Yeah.
I never... Everybody that knows me knows I don't post nothing. I'd rather say nothing until it's ready.
Correct.
But now
Correct.
we are this close away.
We're getting close, people.
Oh,
we're getting close. Now, you can watch season 1 on Amazon Prime.
Yes.
I think there's only 4 episodes.
Yes, there is.
This time around,
9.
There's 9 episodes, and it's season 2.
Oh, it's going to be fantastic. I mean, it's a star-studded
trailer. It's amazing.
It's a star-studded
And
cast.
again, Armand Desante, Chaz Palminteri, Fran Drescher,
Gina Gershon.
Yes.
Mario Cantone.
Correct.
Bo Dietl, as was in the first one.
going.
Leo Rossi. Myself. Bruce Socha Soge. Willie, of course.
Yes.
His son, Christian. Andrew Dice Clay. I mean, you have Vic DiBattista. Vic and me did a scene.
I saw that.
Oh, it's so great.
I saw that. I saw how you... with Tom Daddario.
Tom's great, Tom.
You did a video with Vic, and you're like, oh, I said his last name wrong the first time. I'm not going to get it wrong.
I have family that's DiBenedetto. And I go, I'm here with Vic DiBenedetto. And he goes, it's DiBenedetto. Get it right. I go, let me redo it again.
Whatever.
He goes, whatever. No, I like when people screw my name up.
It was close
He
enough.
is on point.
And then he made fun of your name, which was funny.
I love it.
He got you back.
He is on point with his stand-up as he is, and I've seen him in stand-up.
Yes.
And he's on point too on set, and he's a gentleman. Let me give you the best part about it.
He's great.
He's a gentleman.
Yes,
so if he wasn't, I wouldn't be saying it like that.
I know that.
He's a gentleman.
I know that.
And that's important.
And then, so Gravesend, obviously, we hold close to our heart.
Oh, God.
We're in it.
Yes. Will DeMeo started this, obviously, with a vision. Now it's at season 2.
Yes.
You have 9 episodes.
Yeah.
It's coming soon, very, very soon. And yes, everybody who follows me, sees me, now I'm starting to post because now I know something that you don't know. But I can't, until it's officially promoted and done right, then I let it out. We don't give up, the information yet.
Yeah.
But it's coming close.
Everyone's got to be sitting on the seat of their
the edge.
Seat,
even myself. Yeah. I cannot wait.
It's exciting.
It's gonna show you. This attire, I wore this shirt in it. The 80s in Brooklyn.
I know. I had it dressed as a Guidette.
Oh, and it was fantastic. And she did great. You did great. Came on the set. It was like she was there forever.
It was fun.
It was great.
It was fun. I hope they bring me back.
Justine Valentine.
Yes,
I mean,
Justine was great that
she
day.
was great.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. And what's really, really nice is working with people who you are friends with and who you do know, who you would hang out with outside of the set. You
start getting to, like we were saying, like Peter Gordio, La Familia for life. You have Peter Gordio, who I became very close with on the set.
Right.
Big Time Tommy. I didn't know Big Time Tommy. I didn't know majority of them.
Right.
Until I got to set.
Because you weren't there for season 1.
And it really became like a real true La Familia.
Bo.
Oh.
Did we mention Bo?
I mentioned him, of course.
Okay, good.
Bo is
Bo's
as
great.
good as you get. I mean,
he's supposed to come on.
Bo's great.
He gave me his number. He's like, I'll do it, Theresa.
He'll do it.
Okay.
Bo's a straight up team player.
Yeah, he's great.
He looks out, he goes out of his way. There's nothing to figure out.
Yeah.
And he knows that I'm no kiss beyond.
Yeah.
And not to ever leave out. So now getting to finish off is Sid Rosenberg. Now, Sid.
Yes, Sid was there too.
What?
That was a block party scene. We did, we filmed.
Sid, I met Sid, was in Miami.
Really?
The trailer, they didn't have a trailer for him.
Oh.
So they had a trailer for Dice Clay, myself, and a few others.
Yeah.
And somebody goes, Chris, I go, whoever Sid is, I don't know him.
Yeah.
Put him in my trailer. We'll share the trailer. I'm okay with it.
That's it.
So he came, met him that day, and I'm telling you right now, and then I've been on WABC.
You were on his show.
He's great. His family, Gabriel, Ava, his daughter Ava just graduated college. She came back from, she was in London. We played the softball game in the Ferry Oak Stadium. His wife, I mean, just a true.
They're great people.
They're great.
They are. I met him at the block party scene.
Yeah.
That block party scene, I got there probably around 10:30 a.m.
Yeah.
And
we all did.
It was about like midnight, 12:30, maybe 1 a.m. And I said to Willie, I says, you don't need me anymore, right? I just go home. And he goes, no, Theresa, he says, if you could stay around, and again, being on set is my happy place. I could live there.
So this is the greatest.
I ended up leaving 3:30 in the morning. 3:30 in the morning.
Louis Lombardi.
We were the diehards, like at the very, very end.
Louis Lombardi.
Yes.
Big Time Tommy. France.
And they stayed. I mean, I don't know. God knows what time they left.
It was, we had Anilla, we had everybody, Francis, we had us all, right? Fran was out there. We couldn't stop laughing because it was, and if everybody remembers, it was 3:45 in the morning and we're blowing up the sky like it was the Macy's or it was like World War 17.
It was crazy.
And we just couldn't stop laughing, thinking about every neighbor going, oh, I hate everybody right now. And we were crying. And Louis Lombardi, to this day, we laughed. His daughter Ava was with us. We laughed so hard, I thought I had a heart attack at one point. And I kid you not.
No, I know.
I thought I had a heart attack. But Gravesend series season 2.
Season 2 coming soon.
Oh, very soon. Very, very soon.
You hear it here, people. Hearing it here.
Very soon.
Yes. Okay. So we can say definitely, hopefully before Labor Day.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. That's all we'll say. We can't give a date.
Leave it at that. Can't give dates. Can't give up any info. We don't do that. We don't talk about that.
All right. So listen, we're going to take my last break. And when we come back, I want to talk about your little podcast that you had on. That you have on, and all these very about prep work and spirituality and mentoring. And then obviously we need to talk about your baby. Okay.
Stay tuned.
We'll be back.
Better stay tuned. Don't let me have to come find you. You stay where you are right now.
Theresa Farrow.
And who's the best actress you know?
Theresa Farrow.
And who's the best cast member in Bad Boy?
Theresa Farrow.
Who's got the best radio?
Theresa Farrow.
Yeah. Who's your favorite Guinea?
Theresa Farrow.
Who are you loving right now?
Teresa Farrow.
All right, Suck. I love you too, baby.
Love you as always.
Thank you.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. Boy, this is going so fast. I'm going to have Chris back for part 2, let me tell you. Murdered by the Mob. There we are, June 16th. If you haven't gotten your tickets yet, you need to get them. This is a 4-course dinner, an off-Broadway show that I'm in, and someone gets whacked and you have to figure it out, and there's singing and there's dancing and there's food, and it's so much fun. It's so interactive. So go to murderedbythemob.com, go to bourbonstreet.com. Get your tickets, and I hope to see you on the 16th. All right, listen, there's just so much more to talk about with Chris. Let me tell you, just so much more.
We'll do part 2.
We got to do a part 2, but listen, I'm going to tell you real quick. He mentioned Bruce Sosha before.
Oh, yeah, Bruce.
And you did The Family's Feud with Bruce and Stu.
John Fiore.
John Fiore's in that. Hello, John. Had John
Stu,
on my show.
Stu is the director. You had Stu, right?
I had Stu and Bruce.
Joe D'Onofrio, Will DeMayo.
Willie, I'm going to get Willie in his seat because I talked to him when we were in Philly. Okay. And I go, my show's no joke. I'm like, this
gotta get him in.
I'm
sure he's going to be lined up.
He's like, I don't do talk shows. I said, you did Chaz Palminteri talk show. I know I'm no Chaz Palminteri, but hello.
Gravesend series,
all right,
season 2.
And then real quick, we did Jersey Bread together. Yes. But we were not on set together.
Greg Russo.
That was with Gino Caffarelli. Shout out.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to send this to him.
Gino Caffarelli, absolutely.
And everyone loves Charlie.
Everyone loves Charlie. Charlie Santoro.
We just filmed that in Brooklyn.
Josh Williams, Janice Bale. I mean, we had Theresa. We had a whole load. And you know what? Carmine with that beautiful set of hair. Carmine, I still want some of that hair, Carmine. I still want some of that hair.
Oh my God! So listen,
Ray, Charlie. I mean, I don't want to leave anybody out.
No, this is a pilot, and we're hoping it goes somewhere.
Yeah, it's going to be such
crazy.
Josh Williams, who is in Judge
Josh
No Book.
Williams, I'm going to have here too.
Yes, co-director of Judge No Book.
Yes.
First AD on Gravesend. He started to get an idea of making Charlie a character.
Know.
And Charlie is priceless.
I know.
He's priceless.
I know.
So when we were throwing it around, I'm like, let's do it.
Why not?
Letitia Raw, we have Renee, we have we have everybody.
Yeah.
So it was just...
It was a great experience, and it was wonderful. Tom Daddario was there
Tom
too.
Daddario,
that was a nice
hysterical.
surprise because I worked
Dreary.
with him. All right, listen, we got to get to the baby.
Let's get to it.
Judge No Book.
Judge No Book.
It was originally going to be called Judge No Book by its color. Which I like to play on words, but it is called Judge No Book. This is your baby. This is what you started writing.
This is what I filmed
like 11, 12 years ago.
Yes.
This is it.
Yes.
Now you filmed it. It was cast actually. Charlie Santoro's in it.
Charlie Santoro is actually
Carmine plays his
son. Yes, as 2 hunters.
Yes.
Star-studded cast. Lenny Veneto plays my cousin Sal. Sonny Marinelli. Sonny, you're never going to... I can't run out of words for Sonny.
I know.
It's nothing about everybody else.
Right.
It's Sonny was the first one I casted for it way back when. Yes. I worked with him at Jersey Bread. Greg Russo being the director.
Yes.
Greg was awesome.
Yes.
Till Newman, who was the director of photography of Jersey Bread, is my director of photography of Judge No Book.
Yes, yes.
Josh co-directed.
He's awesome. I was on set with him.
Amazing.
So now you have your own production company.
Yes.
Which is called No Curfew
Productions. I still go against
I love it because, I always had a curfew.
My daughter, Nikki.
I always had a curfeu in my strict Sicilian house.
My daughter, Nikki, made that up.
Did she?
We're on the ride, and we're in the car, and I go,
trying to come up
give me
with
that.
names.
And she goes, I go, no nonsense. No, she goes, Dad, no curfew. I go,
nice.
Oh, perfect.
Ding, ding, ding.
And that was how it started.
Moment.
Yes.
So this is loosely based on your life or strongly based on your life?
Not strongly. It's inspired. It's about, I'll give you, for instance, my grandfather used to say, there ain't no such thing about a color of a skin.
Right.
My grandfather did a bunch of years in jail. It wasn't a black guy or a Spanish guy or an Asian guy that gave him up. It was his own cousin.
Right.
History with my uncle. My uncle was murdered. It wasn't a black guy, Spanish guy, Asian that killed him.
Right.
It was his own blood.
Right.
So you get a phone call and somebody says somebody injured your daughter or your son. You're going to ask them what their skin color is?
No.
So it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And what it does is it matters where the heart is at.
Absolutely.
And that's why in this film is an African-American is his best friend and brother.
Right. Who he met in jail?
And it was when they grew up.
Oh, grew up together.
But I started mine from being in jail.
Got it.
And it went against the grain. It went against the yard policies and all that. And I didn't really care.
Right.
But it came down to it where Nimrod Fenneral, a hip hop, Corey Stokes, played the role, and he crushed it.
Wow.
Lenny Venito, Gina Caffarelli, I mean, so many, Bo Dietl, Gary Pastore. See, I don't want to leave Gary out. Gary, this is what we were getting to.
I'm going
Gary,
to him.
Gary, I got to listen. Watch this. Gary Pastore, when you break it down, Gary is amazing.
The best.
Gary's amazing. Gary shouts you out. Gary helps you in every which way possible.
He does.
This is the Gary moment. Gary, you can't get any better. He goes out of his way to try and help you.
Yeah.
So when Gary, Gary, you have anybody hook? Yeah, I could call this guy.
Right.
Don't worry, I call that guy.
Right.
Gary comes to set. He plays Louis Trogio. Let me tell you something. Nobody played a part better than him.
Yeah.
Nobody can play. And I had others, and never name names.
Right.
And others,
Yeah.
nobody who played a part. Nobody can play the part better than him. And it's on his look.
Yeah.
His look, his delivery, but gentleman.
Yes.
Gentleman,
100%. 100%.
And we had so many
I
other
loved working with
people.
him. We worked together on Bensonhurst Boys. And he's amazing. He really
Gary is. And that was to end where it was saying, Gary shouted me out on the Up Late Night with Johnny Potenza.
He did.
And said things that I just got so emotional, and I posted on my Instagram.
Yeah.
But he was at the point where it was saying things about the directing part and this part and that part. And again, we're out of time, so it's hard to budget.
Is this crazy? Oh my God.
Judge No Book. That's another thing coming to you. Tara Westwood, Malia Varela.
Before we go, how do people follow you and know what you're doing?
Under my Instagram, Chris_Mormando. Go follow. You'll see a lot of things I'm posting. I'm keeping up. Gravesend Series Season 2.
Yes. And we had all these pictures that I wanted to throw up, and we didn't throw them up. We'll throw them up next time. But listen, I want everyone, thank you so much for watching Tea Time and supporting me. Tell everyone you love them. Ciao, everybody. See you next week.
Ciao.